Welcome to another episode of the Fin Out of Water Football Podcast. Football podcast from real people, made by real people, for real people, man. Rod, how you doing, my brother?
My man, I cannot complain. It's another Saturday off. I'm chilling. Happy to be back on, man.
All right, man. First things first, though, and I'm gonna remember this time, Rod. I need everybody who's watching this to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We need to grow. We want to be able to touch as much people. The only way we can do that is if you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, I don't like doing that, bro. That's why I don't ever remember doing it.
That's why you
It's not,
never. I
it's
never
not
remember
that.
either, bro. I don't
It's
even
not
think about
natural,
that.
bro. Like it's not
Yeah.
natural. It's not something I'm like, yeah, man. But it's something that you got to do, bro. So, for today's episode, though, man, we got a loaded show as always. Every week we do. We definitely want to touch on the Lamar Jackson and have some of the updates. There was a bombshell that happened. I want to say, was it Thursday or Friday? Was it Thursday? I think it was Thursday,
Yeah, I think it was Thursday. Yeah.
where he went on Twitter and basically said that he requested a trade on March 2nd. And that had Twitter in a tizzy, that had ESPN in a tizzy, that had Fox Sports in a tizzy. So we're going to touch on that. We're going to react to a couple of report cards from CBS Sports in regards to teams from the AFC North and the AFC East, as well as the NFC North and the NFC East. Rod is going to go ahead and reach out and look at a couple of draft prospects that he's interested with the Dolphins that might be there for him at the second pick. I'm sorry, in the second round. And then we're gonna go ahead and just have something that we're gonna do every week, which is gonna be the way too early predictions, bro. So this week we're starting with the AFC East Division champ, as well as who we think is gonna be comeback player of the year, man. So first things first, though, Rob, man, how you feeling, my brother?
I'm feeling pretty good, man. Feeling pretty good, man. But if there's anyone who might not be feeling good, it might be Lamar. And I think he let the whole world know that on Twitter. And
Yes,
it,
yes,
it has become quite the situation.
yes, he did, man. So, fuck it, let's get right into it, man. So, first topic, man, Lamar Jackson trade request. It was news to a lot of people. It seemed like behind the scenes there's something that's been going on, but it's different when you realize that it's different when you see the person like say it openly, right? And it's very different when it's a all pro MVP, not MVP caliber, MVP, like a legitimate MVP player do this, especially at that position. So when I saw that, I was like, wow, it had to be really bad. Because say what you want about Lamar Jackson and how he's handling this situation and him not having an agent and whatnot. He seems like a very loyal dude. We're both from Broward County. Broward County dudes are loyal by nature, like loyal to a fault. That's just how we are, right?
Yep. Yeah. No. Speaking facts.
So it had to have been really, really bad for him to say not only request the trade, but risk that the backlash that he potentially risked. And based off of the replies and some of the reaction to it he got, which he knew was coming, to put it out there. But once you put it out there, there's no going back as far as letting the people like know that this is where it's at, bro. So when you saw that, when you saw the tweets, when you saw that, like what was going through your mind, sir?
Well, I mean, man, it's kind of crazy. You would think in this day and age, right, in football in the NFL, with the importance of the quarterback position, with how much onus we put on it, with how much, like, you can't do anything if you don't have a good quarterback in the NFL,
Absolutely.
especially a high level guy. And then you have a guy in Lamar who was an MVP in his second year in the league, 36 touchdowns passing, um, elite rushing numbers for a quarterback that go beyond even Michael Vick. It was, dude, like, the guy has already proven, and he's won a playoff game. He's won a division. Like, Lamar has proven that he can be a force at the quarterback position in the NFL. And when you look at the talent that's been around him, I mean, people always talk about, like, oh, who's going to want to go and play with Lamar? Like, that was Baltimore wasn't giving him any weapons. Like, who
Mm-hmm.
they went out and got Nelson Aguilar.
Nelson Aguilar.
Like what is he supposed to do? Nelson? What's he
Nelson
supposed to do with that, bro?
Aguilar.
What's he supposed to do with that? You know what I mean? So,
Oh.
obviously there's a lot of frustration that he has been feeling. And when you consider the fact that he was the one who dropped this news, right? Because he doesn't have an
Mm-hmm.
agent. So
Mm-hmm.
there's no party, no camp to leak the information. So we got to hear it from the lion's mouth. And it's a shame that it's gotten to this point. And then when you think about it, the Ravens gave him that non-exclusive tag. So what it comes down to, they gave him that tag after he requested a trade. So obviously, these negotiations, they've had 3 years to do this. They've had 3 years to figure this out. And the Ravens are showing they're treating him like he's Kirk Cousins when he's proven he is far, far much better than that.
And the crazy part is, I don't even think they're treating him like Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins got the exclusive tag, and
Right.
it's one of those situations where the to me the difference between Kirk Cousins and Lamar Jackson is one team didn't actually believe in their quarterback, but they knew that they would rather be it could be way worse than to get rid of them, right? It could be
That's
way worse.
I mean, that's
Versus
the way
the
to put it. Yeah.
yeah, versus the Ravens where they know that nobody's going to trade for you. We have all the leverage. And that's where everybody is saying that there obviously has to be collusion involved because the other 31 owners have basically said we are never ever giving anybody a fully guaranteed contract unless his name is Patrick Mahomes and he doesn't even have a fully guaranteed contract. So if Patrick Mahomes doesn't have one and he's already somebody that could be potentially a top 10 quarterback of all time and he's only been a starter for 5 years, then nobody else deserves one in their minds. And again, it's you are what somebody's willing to pay you, right? The Ravens are saying you're not worth a 250 million or $30 million contract fully guaranteed like Deshaun Watson. And they have an exclusive tag. And they have the backings of the other owners allegedly. So I don't know where Lamar Jackson goes from here, dog. Like you either don't play or you do play for $32 million. I don't think he's playing for $32 million.
Nah, he's not playing for $32 million. Like if I was him, I mean, I would have tried to work out something to where maybe he gets like a 3 year, $150 million deal, something to where he can kind of get his compensation and still, be a free agent by the end of it. You know what I mean? Something along those lines. But 32 million. I mean, Daniel Jones is making 40 million, and you want Lamar to make 8 million less than that? Like, come on, man. What are we talking about, bro? And it's a shame because, um, man, to think that the Browns would find a way to screw the Ravens in such a fashion, like they couldn't have dreamed of this, bro, because they've essentially created the rift between Lamar Jackson and the Ravens because they're the ones who set the precedent for this.
Man, do you think Jimmy Haslam was playing 4D chess when he did that, bro? He was like, I'd ruin my own team by giving a quarterback that could barely hit anybody, that could barely throw the ball at this point, like just to fuck the Ravens, bro. Do you think that's what it was? You think that was that play here, dog? Like,
Dude, this man out there, he's a psychic, man. He has clairvoyance, bro. He foresaw this, bro. He foresaw this on his
oh
eight
my
ball, man.
god, dog. So yeah, so
It's
this crazy. So what we're gonna do? Let me just go ahead and let me go ahead and pull some of the tweets up, bro, so we can just reference the tweets or whatnot, dog. And man, oh man, oh man, dog. It's wild, brother. It's wild, my guy. Um, hold on,
imagine
bro.
this day and age we're in, bro, where now athletes just have this platform to where they could just spill the beans, dog. No longer do we have to wait for alleged reports. Like he just laid it out in the fucking open. No reported trade request. He said, "Nigga, I wanted to get the hell out of here."
Yeah, but that's where we are as hold on. Where the heck? Why is the shit not showing?
Oh, you looking for the tweets?
No, I have the tweets, but okay, let's I'm gonna keep it real with everybody who's watching, bro. We are on something. I'm not gonna say the name of the actual thing that we're using, bro, but it is kind of broken. It's kind of how we're streaming is kind of bootleg, and I'm trying to remove the overlay or whatever for us, and it's not giving me the option, bro. This thing is ratchet. It's ratchet.
Dude. Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. We're making it happen still.
There it is. Boom. There
Ah,
we go. All
bet.
right, so I got the tweets up right now. Are you able to see the tweets?
Yeah. I can see him.
All right, man. So this is from Lamar Jackson. This is not anything else. This is from him. This is his official Twitter account. So, and it reads as follows: a letter to my fans. I want to first thank you all for all of the love and support you consistently show towards me. All of you are amazing, and I appreciate y'all so much. I want you all to know to not believe everything you read about me. Let me personally answer your questions. In regards to my future plans, as of March 2nd, I requested a trade from the Ravens organization for which the Ravens has not been interested in meeting my value. Any and everyone that has met me or been around me know I love the game of football, and my dream is to help a team win the Super Bowl. You were all great, but I had to make a business decision that was best for my family and I. No matter how far I go or where my career takes me, I'll continue to be close to my fans of Baltimore, Flock Nation, and the entire state of Maryland. You'll see me again. Now, you know what that sounds like? That sounds like somebody who did not have a professional person running his Twitter account, but wanted to sound as professional as possible, dog. That was from him. He tweeted that shit.
He tweeted that.
He
Yep.
tweeted that shit.
And you know what? And I know that his mom, I believe, is his agent. I think that's who he does his contract negotiations with and whatnot. But I think throughout this whole process, an agent might have helped him out a little bit. He could have used a little guidance. I know some people don't believe in that, but I mean, those people get paid for a reason. Like, I work in an industry where it's just like, do you want to do your own kitchen, or would you pay someone who does that to do it? You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, that's what these people get paid for, is to help you get to at least where you want, or at least a compromise you can live with. And him and the Ravens were never able to do that, and that's clear in what he's saying. And what's even sadder is that nobody's biting, Herbie. Arthur Smith came out and he talked about how, Lamar is a top level quarterback, blah blah blah, but he's been hurt the past 2 years. And if you ask me, last year he might have been able to come back, but he was like, "Fuck y'all niggas, man! Like, y'all ain't trying to pay me. I'm not gonna risk myself." So, when you look at all those factors, he's in quite the situation. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in the draft. Maybe if a team that really needs a quarterback misses out on one of the quarterbacks coming in, maybe they might, fold and break and work something out. But man, what a situation.
Nah, and thank you for bringing up Arthur Blank, because it's like when you hear Arthur Blank say, "Now we're not interested," he's been like, bro, you gave Michael Vick $100 million, bro, a record-breaking contract, bro, coming
That's what I'm saying.
off of breaking his leg, bro. Like you can't say that these other owners haven't had back channels of like, we're never doing this again. It's not happening. Like, and this is the ugly side of football business, because a football player can never be a free agent unless a team wants a player to be a free agent. They have the right to franchise tag you. You know what I'm saying? So the best players don't actually get to hit the market. The best players don't actually get to set the market. Like even Deshaun Watson, right? Deshaun Watson technically was not a free agent. He was traded. He just couldn't play for Houston anymore, which inadvertently made him a free agent. And because of that, he got a contract that immediately was not good, bro, because it's not, you can't do that contract, bro. Good for him. More power to him. I'm happy for him, but a guy that didn't play for a year and had 24 sexual assault allegations on his name was still able to secure.
Nah, it ended up being like 60 some allegations. He just went to court for 24.
Fact. You're right. You're right. Serial. But 60 allegations was able to get a fully guaranteed contract, because that is a smidgen of what would happen to football if you actually have free agency. How these guys negotiated a franchise tag is beyond me, right? It's one of those things that sound good until it actually is into application. And because the owners always have more leverage than the players, they have never been able to get rid of it, dog. Like, that's just going to be something that's going to be there for the entirety of life, right? It is what it is. But to see this situation play out, because a player is never actually a free agent, you have a this literally has never happened in the history of modern football where a player at the position of quarterback as good as Lamar Jackson is available and everybody is like, nah.
It's unbelievable, bro. It's unbelievable, and everybody has their excuses and their reasonings. But ultimately, Lamar wants to get paid. And when you think about it, and this is the long term view from not just ownership and organizations, but from even fan bases, right? You pay a guy 230 million guaranteed. What can you build around that? Like he's gonna be in the same situation and he is in Baltimore everywhere he goes because the team's gonna have to pay him quite a bit. And teams and fans, like they look at that kind of thing. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying it's fair or not, but I'm not gonna tell a man I'm not gonna tell you what you're worth, right? Only you could decide that,
Absolutely.
especially when you're someone with the accolades already. Like, yeah, he hasn't won a Super Bowl, but to win an MVP, I mean, when you talk about the pantheon quarterbacks, great quarterbacks, anybody in history, you're gonna bring that up in any sport. So when he's already achieved that, when he's capable of achieving that even more, especially if you can surround him with talent, it's gonna be kind of hard to do that if you got to pay the nigga 230 million guaranteed, But it sucks, man. It sucks that Lamar wants to be paid what he believes he's worth, and despite how desperate some teams normally are for a quarterback of his caliber, they're just not willing to gut their franchise for him.
Bro, the thing about this, bro. The Atlanta Falcons, they have Desmond Ritter, bro. Like, how dare you say we're not interested in Lamar Jackson, bro? Your quarterback is Desmond Ritter. What the
Yeah,
fuck
yeah.
are you talking about?
Facts, bro. Get the fuck out of here,
What are
Arthur
you
Blank.
talking about? Like, what
Capping
are
ass
you
niggas.
talking about, bro? Like, this has to be collusion, allegedly. Like, that's it. That's the only thing that makes sense. These, like, from the other teams, from the other 31 teams, right? The only thing that makes sense is it's collusion. Like, they're working together to never ever have another Deshaun Watson contract ever happen again. For the Ravens, it's either one or two things. It can't be anything other than these two options. Either they do not believe in Lamar Jackson because they see that he's breaking down, or they are a part of the collusion and know they have nothing to worry about and they have all the leverage. The only thing that Lamar Jackson could do is not play for 10 weeks, right? And listen, we've seen that work. I want to go back to 1992. My Dallas Cowboys would not give Emmitt Smith the contract that he wanted, right? He held out all the way to week 5. From in 4 weeks, I think we were 1-3. Jerry Jones was like, "Nah, bro, we suck, bro. We gotta get this nigga his money, bro. He got paid." And then we went on to win the Super Bowl, right? So
Right.
that is what Lamar Jackson is gambling with, right? That's what he's gambling with. That is what he's gambling with. He's like, okay, I'm cool with not playing. I'm cool with not playing. I have until week 10 to always get that money. Even if it's a slap in my face to play for $32 million, if I play for $32 million for 6 weeks versus 16 weeks, I'll do that. I'll do that because he still has to week 10 to make that fully guaranteed. So
Right.
it's gonna be an interesting situation, bro. And we will be following that week to week. As you know, we have all the time in the world, bro. We are during the off season, bro, and um it's a lot to talk about as far as all these moves, bro. But this is gonna be something that we're gonna be following week to week, man. So any last words on this situation, Rod?
Well, I'm hoping Lamar can find some kind of common ground with. Well, he's not going back to the Ravens. I don't think. I think his relationship with the Ravens, because you got to imagine he dropped those tweets while the Ravens were at the combine. John Harbaugh was glowingly talking about this man, glowingly, and at the same time he drops them tweets and people immediately start asking him questions about it, and he's just like, "Oh damn," you know what I mean? So I think the relationship between the Ravens and Lamar is irreparable. But I'm gonna be interested because he's too talented for someone not to take a chance on him. I'm just interested in seeing what kind of compromise he kind of comes to.
All right, man. We'll see, man. All right, man. So let's go ahead and go on to the next topic, and It's going to be a bit of a transition. So what we're going to do right now is we are going to, and hold on here. Let me see. So we are going to go ahead and transition to the next topic and the next portion of the show, which is what we're going to do for this week and next week. We are going to have the free agency report cards. So we're going to look at some of the report cards, most likely going to cite CBS Sports, and read and react to how they gave every team in these specific divisions a grade so far, the most up. Well, I mean, you can say that, bro. Like all the moves have been made pretty much, bro. So all these teams right now, they're just waiting for free agency, bro. So long story short, man, we're gonna react to some of the report cards from CBS Sports, bro. So this week we're doing the AFC North, the NFC North, as well as the AFC East and the NFC East. Next week we'll be doing the AFC and NFC South and West divisions, bro. So let's go ahead and get here, man. So to piggyback off of what we were talking about, I wanted to go ahead and react to the NFC North. Let's see here. So, I mean, AFC North, bro. So, I got AFC North grades. We have, in that division, is the Bengals, the Pittsburgh Steelers, the aforementioned Baltimore Ravens, and the Cleveland Browns. Holy moly, man! So let's go with some of the. Let's start with the Cincinnati Bengals, bro. So CBS Sports, they gave them an A. And obviously, bro, Orlando Brown Jr., bro, that's their prized possession, dog. Right? You hear me?
Yeah. I hear you. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. Just making sure.
No. That's easily the best move they made. They did lose Jesse Bates, which I think he's one of the better safeties in football. I'm sure they might miss him, but overall I think they've had a pretty good offseason. The core that they need is in place. So
yeah, I mean, honestly, the core, like, I mean, let's keep it a buck, bro. Like, I get it. Von Bell was really good. Hayden Hurst was okay. Samaje Perine was a good third down back, bro. But this team is made or break. Like, this team is made on Joe Burrow. And what's the T Higgins and the
Jamar Chase.
And Jamar Chase. That's who this team is built around, bro. Like, you got to keep Jamar Chase. I mean, you got to keep Joe Burrow upright, bro. So taking Orlando Brown from the Chiefs, which has proven to be the closest competition that the Chiefs have had thus far on this run. Like, the only team that I can say has been competitive with the Chiefs, like logistically competitive, has been the Bengals. The Bengals beat them in the AFC Championship. They lost on a bullshit call in this past AFC Championship, bro. Like, they are very even, bro. So to poach somebody like Orlando Brown, bro, that could be a huge thing, bro. So let's go on to the Cleveland Browns, bro. Let's see here. The Cleveland Browns got to be. Pittsburgh got to be B+. But I mean, I don't want to talk about these guys, bro. I want to talk about what they gave the Baltimore Ravens, dog. They gave the Baltimore Ravens.
Yo, they held no prisoners.
They gave them an F, bro. So let me read what they have, bro. In short, the Ravens offseason has been an utter disaster. It starts and ends with Jackson and his ongoing contract saga. Things went from bad to worse this week after Jackson publicly requested a trade. Baltimore's brass responded by reiterating desire to sign him to a long-term deal. Outside of Jackson, Baltimore hasn't done much. It released six-time Pro Bowl defensive lineman Calais Campbell, who signed with the Falcons. The Ravens traded Chuck Clark, a solid starting safety, for an undisclosed draft pick. Baltimore's biggest offseason signing so far was veteran wideout Nelson Aguilar, who caught just 31 passes for the Patriots in 2022, man. Woo, boy. Like, the Ravens have been really bad. Like, I have no idea what the Ravens have been doing, bro.
What's their plan here, bro?
They don't have a plan. They don't have a plan.
Good.
They don't have a plan. There is no plan, Rod. Like you can't do this. You can't like your prized possession of free agency with all this traction, with all this player movement is Nelson Aguilar, dog.
Unbelievable, dog. That's disgraceful. Like that's just no.
Nelson Aguilar is their prized possession, bro. Like this is really bad. Like you traded away Hollywood Brown. You have annoyed an MVP quarterback, a generational talent at the position. You have never you annoyed your own wide receiver room by your wide receiver coach coming out publicly saying we haven't had a good we really suck at drafting wide receivers. Like so you just alienated your whole wide receiver core, bro. Like this is some special stuff, man, that they're doing right now, dog.
It's so crazy because the Ravens for the longest time have been a model of consistency in terms of being a good, solid organization in the NFL for the past couple of decades. You know, like when you think about one of the teams that were able to compete with the New England Patriots with Bill Belichick and Tom Brady and the Peyton Manning Colts and teams like that, it was the Ravens. Like the 2000 Ravens is often considered with the 85 Bears as one of the greatest defenses of all time. So when you look at where they've come from, like how the organization, they won a Super Bowl with Joe Flacco, man. Like when you think about where they've come from and to where they are now, Herbie, to where they can be, where they're going to be a laughing stock of the league, especially if they don't sign Lamar back or find a way to keep him. What are they going to do? What's their answer? Brett Hundley? Like, dude,
Yeah, and it's a good thing that you bring it up because like one things that I don't want to get lost in this is that the Ravens have been the model of consistency. Like the Ravens had such a good reputation of being a team that you want to go play for, play with. And that was built off of Ray Lewis. That was built off of Ed Reed. You know what I'm saying? That was built off of Terrell Suggs. That was built off of all these great players who played for them and had nothing but positive things to say about that organization. Think about this. Steve Smith spent the majority of his career with the Carolina Panthers, but he chose to be retired as a Baltimore Raven. And he was only there for like 3 years because he had such admiration for playing for them, the culture, the way he felt treated by that organization. And I know that Ozzie Newsome is no longer the GM. I know he has like a senior role with the team and like one of those Godfather positions where it's like you're not really there, but you have a title or whatnot. So I don't know if him not being there and them promoting Eric DaCosta as the full-time GM has changed things. I don't know. I have no idea. But your reputation shouldn't take a hit this fast. It shouldn't fall this hard.
nah, not at all. Not at all, bro. But in a way, it's their own fault. You know what I mean? I mean, they're the ones who they have all the leverage. They're the ones who want Lamar. They could give him the money. They could work something out, but they obviously, I mean, we don't know. We don't know the intricate details of what goes on behind the scenes. But obviously, they must have insulted this man. For this man to request a trade, they tried him. He feels like he's been tried.
Of
And
course he feels like he's been tried because it's like in his mind, it is a slap in the face for everything I've done. Because at the end of the day, like I think this is one of the things that we not me and you, obviously. I'm not talking about me and you, but I'm talking about as the outgoing public, the viewing public. I think what people don't realize is these people that are football players more than ever are aware of their value as well as being aware of their own mortality. Like he got hurt playing this game. Like in his mind, he's like, I have given my body, my mind, and my entire soul to this. And you're telling me that I'm not worth this? I'm not worth this guaranteed contract? Oh, okay. Oh shit. I gotta always show love to the comments, bro. Shout out to my dog, Arizona POV dog. Yes, I forgot to mention
Josh.
I forgot to forget that they let go Roquan Smith, who became a Pro Bowler with the Bears, dog. Just come on, man. Just
Nah, man. I mean, they losing right now, bro. They are losing right now.
Absolutely,
Like,
absolutely. So, like I said, bro, it's just one of those things where it's just like I don't think I've seen a team lose the love and the allure and the reputation. And speaking of that, this is actually gives me a good idea. So for next week, we know what we should do. We should react to the NFLPA report cards for like how the players ranked all the teams. And like the Washington Commanders got an F in everything, bro. That was so funny, dog. Like they got an F in everything, bro. All right, so let's move on to the next division though, man. Let's go to the NFC North, man. So NFC North, um, that is the Bears, Lions, Packers, and Vikings, bro. So let's look what CBS gave them for their report cards, man. So
so
this is
Herbie, and I don't mean to offend my boy Josh here, but this is just an interesting thing that just popped in my head.
yeah, go ahead.
This could be, at least for me, maybe the second. Nah, maybe no, never. This is going to be the first time in my lifetime where the Lions could possibly be the favorite for the division. Like it's in play. It's in play, dog.
Yeah, because
It's in play. I'm not saying they will be like, the division is
no,
up for
like
grabs.
for real, this is in play. Like, can you argue that? Like, think about it. Can you really argue that there's a significantly better team right now than the Detroit Lions right now in the division?
Like, I mean, Minnesota, we know what Minnesota's cap is. They have the Kirk Cousins cap, right? Like as long as they have him, we know how far they can go. Green Bay, losing. Has Aaron Rodgers actually signed with the Jets yet? Like, I kind of just stopped keeping
That
up
yeah,
with
we'll
the
get to that. We'll get to that, bro. But let me
all right,
just
all
go.
right.
Let me cycle through the comments, man. So I'll because I posted the comment, but I want to make sure that everybody sees it. So my boy Josh said that, and he's agreeing with us. He actually says, "I hope that the Detroit Lions wins it." And this is a Packers fan, bro. This dude, the Packers have broken my man, bro. It's so sad, dog. They have broken my homie, dog. They've broken this man, bro. And another comment, bro. Packers front office and beat reporters need to be humbled in all caps, man. So, yeah, but like, matter of fact, dog, you know what? I be forgetting this. I have so much stuff to do, bro. I be forgetting, bro. So yeah, I have all these things I got to touch and all of this, dog. Be cool if we like I had like I got an executive producer, bro. I can monitor this stuff. But
That'd be
yeah,
very nice. Very nice.
yeah, that'd be very nice, bro. So yeah, but yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Rob. I got caught up, bro. What Rob were you saying?
No, we were just, I was just gonna,
Oh,
it's
lines,
just,
yeah,
yeah,
lines, yeah. So yeah. That is a good point. That is a good point because my entire my entire lifetime as a football fan, like obviously they were much better in the early 90s and whatnot. Because I mean, it's been what 30 seasons since they made a playoff game.
right.
That's insane, bro. I'm 34,
No,
bro.
no. It's been 30 seasons since, because
They've
no,
won
they
a
made it.
playoff game.
Yeah, since they won, because they made the playoffs with Stafford.
Oh yeah. You're right. Yeah,
Yeah,
of course. Duh. Like we played. My Cowboys beat them, and that was
yeah,
what. So I want to say 2011. I want to say. But yeah, it's
yeah,
been
yeah,
30 years since they've won a playoff game, bro.
yeah. Something like that.
That's
Something
sick,
ridiculous.
man. That's
Yeah,
disgusting, man. That's nasty, man. That's nasty work, man.
nasty
God,
work.
that's nasty work, bro. So let's go ahead and get into it, man. So yeah, so let's start off with this division. So they gave the Bears an A. Key additions, bro. P.J. Walker, Devontae Foreman, DJ Moore, which is huge. Robert Tunyon, Nate Davis, Demarcus Walker, Andrew Billings, Traymon Edmonds, and TJ Edwards, bro. Like, I don't want to hear no excuses, bro. Like, I don't want to hear people who are huge, fucking, what's his
Oh,
name?
Justin Fields apologist.
Justin Fields apologist. And again, I get it, bro. It is hard to play football if you're not in a defined structure and you don't have good structure. I'm not here to argue that. However, we have to be real, guys. A lot of quarterbacks who struggle or have deficiencies, it's not because of the situation around them. It's because of the own deficiencies that they have. The situation around them compounds that, can make it way worse, but you don't have to ignore the deficiencies that they may have. for as incredible as Justin Fields has been, as incredible as he is as an athlete, as a running back, bro, you would say, he still struggles to see the field. So I've been watching film on this dude a lot. Like there are plays to be had. He just doesn't see the field. Now you can say, hey, it's been knocked out of him. Like his internal cock has been split up because his O line has been so bad. But it is what it is. All I'm saying now though, no excuses, bro. You got multiple receivers. You have the draft where you have multiple picks. You can go from first to worst. So we're gonna see if he's that guy.
No, I mean when you his receiver situation now, you got DJ Moore, you got Chase Claypool. So now, the guy that they have, his name escapes me. I had his name.
I know what you're talking about. It escapes me too, but I know who you're talking about.
So Paul Mooney, the Mooney receiver, like when he was their number one, you could kind of understand that he might not have had a lot of options. Now he has those options. Now the offensive line, we're gonna see exactly how Chicago chooses to address this. But Josh with the comment about the Bears will suck forever. That's their deal. maybe Dick is sold to soul for that Super Bowl, dog. Who knows? But as of right now, it looks like they're going to invest everything they have into seeing what they can do with Justin Fields. But we'll see, man. I can't say I see them over the Vikings or the Lions in the division, because of where they were. But they could definitely be a middle of the pack team, and I think
listen. I'm not saying that they should be the favorite to win the division. To me, this is all about Justin Fields' development, right? Because Justin Fields is in a rare spot that he didn't ask to be put in. No player that is drafted to a team asks to be put in a position that they're put in, right? They can only thrive as good as the situation allows them to thrive outside of their own skill, right? So I'll be fair to that. However, this is a make it or break it year for Justin Fields, simply for the fact that Caleb Williams will be available next year in the 2024 draft. If Justin Fields does not prove that he is that dude, they have so much draft capital that they could remove off from him. There's people that's saying, I'm hearing people like Todd McShay, Daniel Jeremiah, who are saying that the Bears shouldn't have moved or traded and should have drafted Bryce Young. So that's just where we are with Justin Fields, bro. But let's go ahead and move into the next team, bro. So they got the Lions with an A. They gave him an A because they got David Montgomery, Graham Glasslaw, Cameron Sutton, Emmanuel Mosley, Gardner Johnson, re-signed John Kaminsky. Listen, I'm not gonna pretend I know anything about the fucking Lions, bro. Who these fucking guys are, dog? Like, I'm not that deep into the trenches, bro. I'm not gonna pretend, bro.
The thing that they have going for them, Herbie, was that the coaching showed that they can make the best of the talent that they have.
Facts.
And that's going to be big for them. They lost Jamal Williams, which I think is going to be a big loss for them. But they proved that they could be effective with Goff at quarterback. So,
all right, so let's move on to the next team, and it is the Packers, but we're going to skip. We're going to come back to that, bro. They gave the Vikings a C+. Some of the people that they have is Josh Oliver, Dean Lowry, Marcus Davenport, Brian Humphrey, bro. It's cool. It sounds like a C+, bro. Nothing amazing, nothing too crazy, bro.
Sounds like
what it is. Sounds like a C+, man. But let's get to the Packers, bro. And purely because my boy Josh is watching, and I would love to get all of the feedback that he has about this, bro. So the Packers are incomplete, bro.
They didn't even give these niggas a grade.
They didn't even give them a grade, bro, because they know that this is literally made or break. It is made by the incoming or on. Like you said it, bro. Why hasn't this man been traded yet, dog? Like that's so weird. That's so weird, bro. And just to verify, right? So, they lost Alan Lazard. They lost Randall Cobb, Robert Tonyan, Jared Reed, Dean Lowry. And this is what they wrote. Everything hinges on Aaron Rodgers. It's safe to assume the former MVP is done with the Packers after he declared his desire to play for the Jets in 2023. But what will Green Bay get in return? In the big picture, pivoting to Jordan Love is commendable. It's time to see what the former first round pick has to offer. And his arm looked mighty fine in limited work last season. I know Josh is going crazy hearing that. Even so, the Packers have basically paused roster construction efforts until Rodgers is officially out of the picture. That means Love's future lines up still lacks needed upgrades and depth at wide receiver, tight end, and across the front seven on defense. Losing Rodgers' favorites like Lazard and Tunyon isn't backbreaking, but until they add anyone to fill the gaps, they're an incomplete unit.
Man, Jordan Love. I mean, obviously they still have the draft to come up with, and assuming this trade still happens, they'll get a nice wealth of picks. But man, like the Packers are heading. Things look bleak right now, man. For Packer
Things
Nation.
look bleak. Things definitely look bleak, and so Josh says they will drove his ass out for what, a third round pick. Watch, I mean it would be hilarious if they trade this man for a third round pick, bro. It would be fair.
That would be incredible.
That would be
That would
insane.
be incredible,
That'd
man.
be that would be insane if he got let go. If they traded him for a third round pick, bro. Oh my god. They aren't gonna get shit. All right, listen, man. You know more than me, dog. All right, man. So let's move on to the East divisions, bro. So, I'm gonna go ahead and start with the Cowboys. I feel like, cause I mean, the East is cool, bro, but it is what it is. Cause I want to give more time for you to flesh out your opinions on the AFC East as a whole. So, NFC East, and we'll just run through them real quick, bro. All right, so Eagles got to be plus. Um, they lost Javon Hargrave, Miles Sanders. I don't think nobody that they lost is people that they actually cared about. They kept Jason Kelsey, which is a backbreaker. They kept Brandon Graham, which is a backbreaker. They kept Fletcher Cox, which is a backbreaker, dog. They got Marcus Mariota. They got Tyree Jackson. Um, shit, they kept Terrell Edmonds, bro. Like, as somebody who hates the Eagles, bro, like they do have a good team, bro. I'll come back to the Cowboys, bro.
That roster's loaded, man. They are freaking loaded.
It's
They're
very
loaded.
loaded, bro. It is very loaded. Giants got to be. Washington Commanders got to be minus, and let's go to the Dallas Cowboys, right? So, whew. All right, my opinion on the Dallas Cowboys, bro. Anytime you could get Brandon Cooks and Stephon Gilmore, you had a good free agency, bro. I'm not the biggest Brandon Cooks fan. He's never available. He's the only guy that is always hurt but still manages to get 1,000 yards, bro. I don't know how he does it. It must be voodoo,
Has
but
to be food, bro.
I am excited about it. I'm excited about the team, bro. I'm excited about the team, bro.
No, I mean I think the Gilmore pickup in particular, you pair him up with Trevon Diggs, because what was one of the big problems with the Cowboys last year was whoever was opposite of Diggs was probably going to eat it. But now you get a veteran corner who's been a Pro Bowler and All Pro in this league, Defensive Player of the Year, if I'm not mistaken, once
Mm-hmm.
upon a time. So obviously he's not in that form. But for the Colts last year, he was effective. So he still has juice in his tank. And what you guys have in the front seven, in particular with Micah Parsons, getting that secondary, he's gonna be a nice little boost to that defense, man, for sure.
Hold on, let me get to this comment real quick, and then we could discuss it. Matter of fact, you know what? Let me give my. I'm gonna give my opinion on the free agency, and then we'll get to the comment, Josh. So me, like I said, bro. To me, I'm not again. Brandon Cooks is a good player. He is, I think, the only player that's had 1,000 yards with 4 different teams in NFL history. Like he consistently gets 1,000 yards. Again, I don't know how he does it, but he does it. But this hinges on Stephon Gilmore. But to me, our draft, we have to knock it out of the park, dog. Like the Cowboys have been the best team that feels incomplete for as long as I can remember. Like all the pieces are there, it just never comes together. I feel like we still need better pass rushers. Um, but getting Stephon Gilmore and having him paired with another really good cornerback, dog, like you can't be mad at that, bro. So at the very least, I'm happy that we are still aggressive, dog. So let me go ahead and get to this comment right here, man. Josh says, hot take. The Eagles offense has the cap effect, and the teams will learn to squash it and force Hurts to be more of an accurate passer. Dude is throwing with 10 yards of separation on all his receivers. Um, Maybe. I don't know. Cause like Obviously, bro. I'm not an Eagles fan. I don't like the Eagles. I've been saying the same thing, but you can't deny what he showed in that Super Bowl, in my opinion. Like you can't deny it. Like some of the touchdown throws that he did. Now, granted, there were some plays that were left on the field, but you could argue he was the best player on the football field, and he had to make throws. It's not like he just got all of that rushing, in my opinion.
He had 3 rushing touchdowns, but in a game where a quarterback threw for 1 touchdown and had 3 rushing touchdowns, anybody who actually watched the game, you're not gonna like knock him for throwing. The one thing I will say is that he plays with some incredible receivers. Devontae Smith and AJ Brown. These guys have made some spectacular catches in that Super Bowl, and the fact that that trio is coming back, I mean, that's really all you need on offense. They have that stout offensive line, so I think whatever the Eagles have working is going to keep working until they at least lose some talent.
Absolutely, man. So I'm with you. Like I said, bro, for me, I was saying that, especially last year. You can make that argument last year, but to me, he improved as a passer. I watched enough of him to where I'm like, all right, he can hurt you. Last year or 2 years ago now, if you want to say that, 2 years ago, like you saw it in the playoffs against the Tampa Bay Bucks. Like he was super ineffective. You can't really say that now. Now again, who knows? The football, it's a chess match. They might see something on film that they be able to exploit. But with that line, those receivers, it's going to be hard to make him look bad right now. AJ Brown changed everything, in my opinion, bro. So let's go ahead and finish with the AFC East, man. We can cycle through them. Bills got a B. We'll come back to the Dolphins, obviously. Patriots got a B minus. Jets got an A, bro. So, Rod, um, before we get to the Dolphins, what is the team that you're most interested in talking about from your division?
Oh well, it would have to be the Jets, man. It would have to be the Jets.
All right, let's go to the Jets,
Uh,
man.
yeah, man, and I gotta look. They gave him an A. They gave them an A, pending a trade with the Packers. That's pretty big. But the Jets have been such a bad team for the past. I mean, the last time they made the playoffs was 2011. Rex Ryan was still the coach, and now they have an opportunity to have an all-time great quarterback finally man their ship, which the last time was also ironically a Packer. And they're gonna make this. They're gonna make our division way more interesting than it already was going to be. And I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm looking. I like challenges, right? And I want the Dolphins, especially with all the talent that we're acquiring. I want us to be challenged. So, Aaron Rodgers being on the Jets with the talent that they have, with the defense that they showed, fourth ranked last year, um, they're gonna be tough.
They definitely, for sure, they're gonna be tough, man. So let's go ahead and get to the actual the team that is what we're most interested in talking about, man, which is gonna be the Miami Dolphins, man. So, let's go to the Miami Dolphins, man. They got a B plus, bro. Is that something that you agree with or disagree with, or you think that's fair?
Well, I mean, I think a B plus or an A. I mean, I think those are pretty fair scores, right? Because at the end of the day, we could grade these moves. They sound good right now, but this is all paper, right? Like this is all paper. We still have to go see the players. Still have to have chemistry. We still have to see them execute on the field. But as a fan of the team, as someone who understands what it means to have a wealth of talent in NFL, I can say with honesty that from top to bottom, quarterback position included, this is the most talented Dolphins team of my lifetime, Herbie. Like, I don't think since I've been alive, like I haven't followed the Dolphins my entire life because there
Mm-hmm.
was an age where I was too young to follow. But in my and like even including teams in my lifetime, I think this is the best Dolphins team of my lifetime, dog. Like I
Yeah,
honestly, in
you
terms
have
of
a
talent,
lot of talent on this team, bro. Like
like on
even
both sides of the ball, bro. Like
even
we
your
have a lot of
backup
talent.
even your backup quarterback is decent, bro. Like you guys are loaded right now, dog. Like loaded, man. R.I.P. to Mike Gesicki, man, dog. Rest in peace, man. He was solid for the squad, bro.
He
But
was you know what? He was solid for the squad, but the problem with Gasecki was that he wasn't a blocker, man. And when he was
got
on
a
the
block.
field, yeah, you got to block, man. And especially in the offense that Mike McDaniel wants to run. And when Gasecki was on the field, he was either ineffective, which would kill any play, or you just knew it was going to be a passing play. Like because after a while, coaches aren't just going to keep putting him in to just whiff on blocks. So it's unfortunate. Maybe the Patriots can make better use of him than we were able to, because he could still be a good receiver in this league. But he's really just an oversized receiver, Herbie. He's not, and at the end of the day, he doesn't get a lot of separation. He's like a big possession guy. So that's
Man,
really
Mike
all he has.
McDaniels like is a cold motherfucker, man. He don't look like it, man, but he is a ruthless
Oh,
assassin.
hey, listen, man. Tyreek said it week 1, man. That nigga needs a wheelbarrow for those cojones, man. He needs a wheelbarrow for him, dog. He got big balls, man.
All right, man. So let's go ahead and put a bow on this, man. Anything else that you wanted to talk about in regards to the free agency before we move on to some of the draft discussions?
Nah, man. I think at this point, I think we've all free agency is all we've had for football the past few weeks, man. I think we've covered everything that we could.
All right, man. So let's go ahead and move on to the next topic of discussion, which is going to be draft season is here, man. Draft season is here, guys. Like fully, it's been here, but the draft is coming, and we are going to go ahead and start looking at some players that we feel our team is going to take advantage of, or somebody that might be there for either of our teams, whether it's the Cowboys or the Miami Dolphins, man. So some of the players that we're going to look at is strictly people that Rod is focused on there. And next week, I'm going to have my players that I'm focused on. But it's going to be for the Dolphins right now. And we got Darnell Washington, we got Blake Freeland, and we got Israel Ebi Nakakanda. I don't know how to say his name. I probably butchered it. I'm fairly positive I butchered it. But what we're gonna do, man, we're just gonna go ahead and look at some of these players, man. So starting with Darnell Washington, man. So I got Darnell Washington, man, tight end, man, out of Georgia, dog. This dude seems like he has the potential to be an absolute beast, man. An absolute beast, brother. Um, what is it about him before I go ahead and hit play? What is it about him that had you interested, Rod?
Well, I think he's gonna end up being a pretty good fit for our offense if we can get our hands on him. He has a lot of athleticism. He's a really good blocker in both pass blocking and run blocking, which is something that's something that Mike McDaniel is pivotal to making our offense work, because they want to use the running game, right? Like, because last season we were 31st in rushing attempts, and a lot of that was because the offensive line and the tight ends. So he's gonna be able to provide us with that dual element of being able to block and being able to catch. He has good hands. He can catch in traffic. You know what I mean? He can get separation. So, at the end of the day, he brings all the qualities that you kind of want in a tight end. And when you consider the fact that the Dolphins have Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill and Braxton Berrios, and then you in the backfield currently we have Raheem Mostert. We have 3 guys that can hit a home run on any play. So they're gonna get all the attention. So with all the talent that he brings to the table, he's not going to get too much attention, and he'll be that safety blanket that we essentially just didn't have last year.
Absolutely, man. So let's start looking at some of these plays, man. Let me know when you're ready, dog.
Let go.
All right, player.
17 yards, 2 touchdowns. He didn't allow a pressure on his 28 pass blocking snaps. And there are matchups on tape that I watched against Gervin Dexter and B.J. Ojulari. Like, this dude isn't just like pass blocking, like blitzing safeties. He's pass blocking guys that are going in the top 50 of the draft. Like a tackle, like a freaking tackle. So I was like,
yeah, that boy is big.
Part of the reason I loved him so much is that he's one of the most unique players I've ever evaluated. Size and strength profile that we just don't see consistently at the position. And he can run like the wind. He loves to block. I mean, he moves people like a tackle, but he's built like a lab created tight end. If Darnell Washington goes anywhere in the second round, it's an A+. Like, I just absolutely adore it. I just think there's not a lot of guys built like this that have the film that he does, that can be your 6th offensive lineman. I genuinely mean that, your 6th offensive lineman. But, oh yeah, he can also smoke your linebacker up the seam.
Jesus Christ, man. That is a big boy, man.
Man, oh man, I'm hoping he falls to us, dog.
That is a good pick, man. This is the problem though. Like it's kind of hard. Oh yeah, it's kind of hard to like do the draft stuff, because at a certain point you don't want to fall in love with the player because you might not get him, bro. You might not get him, dog. Like, you might not get him.
You know the thing that helps our case for the Dolphins for the second round pick is the fact that it's a deep tight end class. Like I looked at like 7 different guys, Herbie. Um, I looked at 7 different guys. You also have Dalton Kincaid. You also have Luke Musgrove. Like there's other guys in this draft that are very talented at the position, and there are going to be teams that need tight ends that might look at those guys. So I'm hoping those guys kind of get more of the attention, and that he can kind of be a little more under the radar. But when you watch the film and the highlights, I mean, he jumps out to you. You know.
Absolutely, man. So let's go ahead and get to the next player that you were looking at, dog, and that is going to be, you know what? We'll do offensive lineman, and then we'll pivot to Israel, dog. So we got Blake Freeland, man. Let me see here. Let me go ahead and get him good to go. So this is Blake Freeland, and what about him is something that you were interested, Rod, when it comes to Blake Freeland?
Well, the thing about him is that when I was looking into him, he has the size that the
Yeah,
prototypical size and length
yeah, yeah. He
that
does.
you
Yeah,
want.
he does. Like, look at him compared to the guy that he's going against, bro. Like that is insane.
He's a big boy, dog. He's a big boy. When it comes to run blocking, he's proven that he can be effective in run blocking. He has good IQ when it comes to stunts and dealing with things against the defense. And he shows that he has some good hands. So he's not going to be a high pick. He's a late. I'm expecting him to be kind of like our third round pick at 84. So and we could use the depth. Obviously, I mean, we need guys that in the event that Austin Jackson can't go, in the event that other guys get hurt, he can kind of fill in.
All right, so let me go ahead and just play this. This is just a minute long, so it's just some of the reps, dog. And give me one moment. It's a big man, dog. Jesus Christ. That is a big man.
That's a big boy, man.
That is a big boy.
You ain't trying to get hit by him, man.
At all, dog. And he seems to be like, I can see that he might have an issue with some type of speed rushers. Like if you're really quick, you might get him because he's so big.
Right.
And you can see that he gave a couple of the inside positions, like so. But those are things that are just little technique things that he could be able to clean up, dog. That dude is huge, man. Like I'm always like, I think we lose sight of how big football players are sometimes, bro, because we don't think of them that way. But that is a big, big man, bro. Like easily has to be 6'7" at minimum, dog. Like Jesus Christ, bro. Oh my God. All right, so that's Blake Freeland, and now something that I am more interested in, and it is some offensive skill position players, dog. So Israel, man, what caught your eye when it came to Israel? Abinakapkanda.
You know what? I would try to say his name, man, but I wouldn't even do it, man. He's the type of running back that I really like the most. He's a guy he's one of those speedy guys, a guy who's really good at cutting and going, stopping and going and shit like that. He can run with discipline. He's good. He has pretty good vision. He can be a little inconsistent based on some of the reports that I've been reading on him, but when I was watching some of the tape, man, like that boy got some speed, man. He got some speed, dog. He's quick.
All right, man. Let's go ahead and take a look at him real quick, dog. So,
and I mean, look, for a 6th round pick, I mean, at that point, you're just looking for value.
Absolutely.
Chief.
And the way you guys have y'all offensive system set up, bro, you don't need anybody incredible. You just need somebody that can do this, dog.
That's it.
They cannot get him. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. 76.
Woo, boy. Don't let that boy come to the fence.
Look at that. One cut. Out of there. Not wasting time. Not wasting time.
You see how decisive he is, man, when he hits
That's
the hole,
it,
bro?
I can see why. Like, he seems exactly like the type of player that you'll see in a Shanahan McDaniel offense, bro. Like,
Bro,
that's
he's a zone scheme runner, man, and that's a perfect fit for the type of offense we run.
18 yards or more. That's impressive in his first career game.
Listen, if he could be the guy that can complement Raheem Mostert and Jeff Wilson, maybe even take one of their places.
I mean, but the thing is, though, like you've invested a lot in running back. So, do you actually see yourselves actually taking a running back?
Well, if we do it, he'd have to be like 6th or 7th round pick, maybe just to have someone else in camp to challenge somebody. Because I don't know if we'll keep Myles Gaskin or Salvin Ahmed. Like, I think we'll end up letting go of one of them. He out of there.
Out of there, dog. Out of there, man. All right, man. So yeah. So I like it, man. Like I like it. Yeah. I like it. I like it a lot. Like, these are obviously some players that everybody seems that they're at play. If you had to pick between the three, who put your leaderboard right now and you rank those 3 players that we just looked at, who would you want in what order?
The order I would probably the order I would want them in would probably be definitely Darnell Washington. I'd probably go with my man Israel, man, because his highlights always excite me. I guess it's the excitement factor when you watch a skill position player, and then Blake Freeland. But we'll see how it goes. I actually have Blake Freeland going in the 3rd. We'll see how that happens. There's other guys too. I mean, these drafts get deeper and deeper every year at certain positions, man. So, All
right, man. All right, so we have a special request from my boy Josh, man. He told me to check out Marvin Mims, man. So, that's what we about to do right now, dog.
Let's do it, man.
Let's go ahead and do it right now, dog. Let's see what Marvin Mims is on, bro. And
this must be who he wants the Packers to get, huh?
I mean, don't say that, because if you say this is what you want the Packers to do, bro, they're going to do the complete opposite, bro. So we're not going to put that in the universe, dog. We're not going to put that in the universe, dog. All right, so let's see what he got, man. What?
Ooh.
What? Hold up.
You got to run that back, bro.
Hold up. What? What?
What the fuck?
Oh my goodness.
Ooh.
The ball was caught. Marvin Mims.
He's just gonna go in the slot.
Jesus.
You can see him in the slot when he's motioning across. Dunlap is he does a good job of collisioning him, and that's legal at the college level. Oh, wow.
What?
Wow.
What a catch, bro.
The play is a first down.
Level of difficulty 12.6.
Okay, so as great as the catch was, there's something at the top of the route I don't like.
You can see him in the slot,
and that is right there. You're not supposed to let somebody get you off your spot like that, dog. You got a hand fight, bro. So that is something to pay attention to. But I'll deal with it if you can do this, bro. Like, if you can do this, I can deal with it, dog.
Ooh.
I'll put up with it, bro, if you can do that, dog.
Level of difficulty 12.6.
What a catch.
If the Packers get a receiver now, I'll be hot as fuck,
down the
dog.
sideline for Mims. Climbs the ladder.
That's exactly what they're going to do, Josh.
Marvin Mims, but he snuck it out of the hands of Bernardo Green.
I don't think they have a choice, bro. They
don't have a choice. They have to, bro. Just despite error, bro. See, I like players like this, bro, because they don't need that much of a catch radius, bro. They don't need that much space, dog. So they could be either a positive or a negative. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, all right, you're making all these contested catches. Does that mean you don't know how to really create space?
Right down the left side.
But man, it's exciting.
Gabriel wants a bunch, has a man. It's Mims. Got it.
Sheesh.
Down, Oklahoma. And CTV is not on the World Cup. It's been everywhere. Ubiquitous, you might say. Dylan Gabriel has a man wide open.
All right, we need to.
Mims just going to stroll into the end zone. Easiest touchdown.
I mean, one thing about him, he's definitely a guy who's going to attack the catch point. He got some speed.
Got a wide open guy.
See, it's hard to gauge.
He caught that one. No.
Because the last 3 that we've seen, he's been wide open, and a lot of the best catches, he's completely covered. So it's gonna be hard to gauge, but man, I do like it. I would rather you have the ability and figure out everything else versus learning how to catch while covered in the NFL level, bro. So it's something that he seems to do already, bro, and that's, to me, that's a plus.
No doubt.
Dylan Gabriel uses his eyes, and then Marvin Mims just splits the corner and the safety and is all alone, perfectly thrown ball outside shoulder.
Man, that Big 12 defense, man, is so bad, bro. Like, Jesus
So
Christ,
so bad. Man.
all right, Florida State.
There goes my team. I think I remember that catch too, bro. I remember watching this nigga.
What a terrific catch.
He held on to that shit.
94 national championship team for Tom Osborne. So here come the Sooners trying to punch it in. And they'll find Mims. Did he get in there?
All right, man. All right, so yeah, man, appreciate showing the request. Definitely showing the request from Marvin Mims, bro. That was fun, man. So, like I said, though, it's going to be hard to gauge because, like, based off of that, I don't know what to make of him, bro, because I didn't see him make any moves. I didn't see him shake anybody, bro. I seen him either run wide open or have great concentration, bro. And that's valuable in the NFL, man. That's definitely valuable. Like I said, you're better. I'd rather you have the skill to catch a hard catch versus not, because I can teach you everything else. I can't teach you how to catch in coverage. All right, man. Let me see here. Let me go ahead and run through my list for the Cowboys. Actually, hold on. I'll take that back. Do I still have it? I don't even have it. Yeah, it's fine. I was gonna put up my list, but we can do that next week. So it's not a big deal. Last thing though, before we go ahead and close shop, man, it is the way too early predictions, my guy. And that would be for the AFC. I'm tripping. AFC East Division champions, bro. Right, I know where you're going. I don't even know why you want to start with this. Man.
I had to get out the way. I had to, because I'm gonna be the most predictable one.
I don't know why you're doing this, bro. Like we know what you're on, bro. Like
you go first, man. You already know where I'm going. This is assuming the Jets go. Aaron Rodgers goes to the Jets.
Even if Aaron Rodgers goes to the Jets, I'm not changing minds. For whatever reason, I'm still gonna go with the Bills. And again, it's not like the Patriots where they have Tom Brady, so I'm not betting against Tom Brady, right? I just feel that the Bills right now have the number of the teams within the division, and anything could change. You've seen how they fell off a map towards the end of the season. But I'm just going to defer to them until I'm proven otherwise, bro. So my pick is the Bills.
Nice. That's a nice safe pick to make. This
nigga said nice safe pick to make, dog. This nigga, man.
But you know where I'm going with this,
I know
man.
where you're going with this, dog. You just wanted this topic so you can flex, bro. Like, we know, man. We know.
Way too early division winners of the AFC East. The Dolphins, man. Come on.
Why?
Man.
Tell the people why, Rob. Tell the people why.
Well, at the end of the day, here's the thing, right? Last season, the Dolphins were able to do something that I've been waiting for them to do for several years, and that is at least build some kind of a culture. Whether this culture will take us anywhere, we'll see next season. But as of right now, the Dolphins are building something like that. We already had the offensive side of the ball taken care of in place. We were 6th in yards last year, and that's with Tua missing several games. So when you look at we're having a second year of this offense, there are going to be improvements made, things that didn't work that were taken out. Mike McDaniel's a smart guy, so I expect the offense to be even much improved. And then when you look at the defensive side of the ball, which was where we really hurt last year, we were like a bottom 6, bottom 7 defense. You add a guy like Vic Fangio, who his last 5 defenses were top 10 defenses. You bring in Jalen Ramsey, you bring in Deshaun Elliott. You still have. I expect them to extend Christian Wilkins. We have guys like Zach Sealer and Bradley Chubb and Jalen Phillips. Signed David Long. Like, we've made so many improvements to that side of the ball. getting Brandon Jones back, getting Xavier Howard healthy. Like, we have enough talent on the team to compete against the Bills, to compete against the Jets. It's just all about execution. And that's all it's going to be about. But I think we will be able to execute, and I think the Dolphins will be able to take the division.
I mean, listen, you talk a good game, but with that, you know what my man said, bro. With great power comes great responsibility, dog.
Absolutely.
And you have a responsibility to win this division, or everybody who hates the Miami Dolphins will be throwing eggs all across your face, Mr. Rodman, dog.
Oh, hey, listen, man, I'm ready for it. I got my umbrella. Baby Z.
All right, and with
Baby
that,
Z.
we got Baby Z in the building. Say hi,
Baby
mama.
Z.
Say hi. And with that, man, we're
Baby
going to go
Z.
ahead and close shop, man. Thank you for another episode. Say hi, baby. Yeah, you saying hi. And we'll see y'all next week, man. Fin Out of Water. Next week, same thing. Not the same time. The times are always going to be different.
Same bat day, same bat channel.
Exactly, man. So we'll see you later, man. Deuces.
Deuces.